Oeno itself was based originally in the UK. Okay, that's where we're from. So we stick to somewhere original where we're from. And then we slowly developed because of the people we work with. And the whole region is probably Claudio Martins. He was the chap we worked with that said, you guys now need to be in Portugal. And when you look at Oeno itself as a company, yes, UK is our original location, but we're the largest in America, we're the biggest in Italy, and we've grown tremendously amount in Spain. And Portugal is very similar as well. And it was a natural progression from where the company was going that Portugal was on the map very soon. People in Portugal drink fine wine. You know, fine wine is something that probably ties us all together. Whether we're in England, we're in Africa, New York or Portugal, everyone drinks fine wine from all over the world. So it's actually not much of a surprise the fact that we would base ourselves, or certainly have a strong arm of ours over in Portugal. There are a tremendous amount of people in Portugal that spend a lot of money on wine. And Portugal, we spoke about it quite a lot recently, is probably about to have its big day of fine wine. It's maybe been overlooked by, okay, France being the most dominant, Italy as well, and Spain. Portugal's never been seen on the fine wine world as being one of the top players, but that's changing. That certainly is changing. I think as the new fine wine drinker is someone that doesn't just go, okay, it's £1,000 a bottle for a bottle of Bordeaux, so it must be the best. They're now saying, well, how do I find that top quality, but for half the price? And that's where these newer regions are coming to play, and Portugal is one of them. You know, you can find some phenomenal wine in Portugal for half the price of some of the best wines in Bordeaux and get twice the quality. And people come a lot smarter to that. If you are someone that decides, you know, that comes into a lot of money and says, okay, I can now afford £500 a bottle of wine, where do you go? Straight away you think, okay, well, France. Okay, maybe after a year, 2 years, you then diverse and go, well, I'm now going to try Italian wines, I'm going to try American wines. But Portugal is always much further down. And I think all that is needed is education. To bring people to Portugal, or to bring the Portuguese wines to people and just taste them. Just put them up against the world's best wines and don't look at the label, don't look where it's from, judge the wine on itself. And I think then you'll find a big change in things for sure. And that's the beautiful thing, Portugal's small, like Burgundy. You know, Burgundy is very small parcels of wine, very exclusive, very high end. It's very similar to Portugal in that side of things. And the whole market is created by supply and demand. And at the moment, the supply is very finite and the demand is just on the cusp where it's about to explode. I think once we can introduce the rest of the world to the fine wine of Portugal, you'll find that there won't be enough wine in Portugal, that's for sure. Our ethos has always been education, education, education. So for us, it's about not coming to Portugal and going, you know, we're the best, have a look at us. It's about, this is the market, this is what it's about, this is how it works, this is how to stay safe in that market, and let you as the investor make the decision. You know, people aren't stupid. And I think anyone that's interested in wine as an investment will do their research online. So for us, it's about coming over and going, this is wine. There's two sides to wine. Yeah, there's the investment side, but also you have to understand it the same way you understand a Picasso or an Andy Warhol. You know, you have to understand the art behind it. The difference of why you spend £20 a bottle of wine and £20,000 a bottle of wine is the story. And for us, it's about coming over, educating on the wine itself and telling you the story of that particular wine. And that way in your head, you can make a decision and go, this is a good investment for me or not. But all we're here to do is just to offer that opportunity and tell the story. The wonderful thing about fine wine are the stories behind the vineyards. And there's probably not enough events in my lifetime to tell you every story of the vineyards we work with. We will do our best to come every single year to Portugal to do a big grand ball and to do a big tasting, whatever, but to hold those special events, for us in Oeno, you know, wine tasting is very obvious and everyone in the world does wine tasting and that's not what we're about, okay? But we are about doing something very special. The right location, the right wines, the right story, everything must work together and give you an experience. And that's something we don't take lightly. So we may only do 1, to 3 events a year, but when we do them, everyone in Portugal will know about them, that's for sure.